ever felt na hindi mo alam kung tama pa talagang ginagawa mo sa pera mo? This episode is for you. In this episode, pag-uusapan natin paano i-handle ang pera in a way na hindi ka ma-overwhelm at hindi ka matatakot mag-enjoy paminsan-minsan. I'm Empress.
And I'm Queen.
And this is
Eto na nga, sis,
the podcast.
Hello! So today we are joined by someone who helps people understand their relationship with money. Kasi aminin natin, lahat tayo medyo lost pagdating dito sa money matters. So today, medyo real talk tayo about spending, saving, utang, at paano ba talaga mag-decide ng maayos pagdating sa pera. So, let's all welcome Nick!
Hello!
Welcome po sa aming bahay.
I'm so honored to be at your home.
Thank you.
May bisita na naman tayo. Pero wala tayong handa.
Grabe si Miss Nick, no? Super pretty face. Artista po ba kayo dati?
Baka kayo po yun, hindi ako.
Ang ganda ni Miss Nick. Thank you for coming here, Miss Nick.
Actually, nakilala kita dahil kay Empress.
Yes,
Oo,
of course.
kasi napapanood ka niya sa
represent.
TikTok.
Oh my God, lumabas ako sa FYP mo.
Oo, kasi kailangan niya daw
kasi may
mag-manage ng pera dyan.
May utang kasi kada charot lang. Okay, let's start with the basics. Ayan basic muna para hindi tayo ma-overwhelm, di ba? Okay. Para sa inyo po ba, ano po ba yung pinaka-basic na method na dapat malaman po ng mga millennials or kahit sino about money po?
Okay, parang ang dami kong naisip bigla.
Pero basic lang, basic.
Pero para exciting, siguro yung unang-unang thing na kahit ako, akala ko rin dati nung nag-work na ako, akala ko ito yung solusyon sa lahat ng money problems is kailangan mo lang mag-earn more. Like you need to earn more, hustle more, work hard, tapos solve na lahat ng problema mo sa pera.
Okay.
Akala ko rin yun. And especially as millennials, we've been working for a while. And feeling ko, yung mga nanonood dito, oo nga na parang I've been working so hard. Sabi ko, 10 years ago, mas malaki na ipon ko. Or sabi ko, 5 years ago, pagka nagka-salary increase na ako, pag nagka-bonus na ako, mag-iiba na buhay ko. Pero hindi. So, siguro yung most basic thing na kailangan nilang ma-realize is that earning more will not automatically solve all of your money problems until marunong ka talaga maghawak ng pera mo na meron ka na.
Doon na tayo maaano dyan.
Totoo.
Doon na tayo patay dyan.
Yung anong part na yun, totoo yan. Kasi nare-realize ko, kahit kumikita ako, mas tumaas na yung kita ko compared nung mga entry level ako, same pa rin yung level of gastos ko.
Kasi akala mo afford mo na lahat, so tumataas din yung yung expenses mo. So hinahabol mo lang yung expense.
So mas malaki lang yung ginagastos ko ngayon, pero kung titignan mo yung ratio, same pa rin. Walang pinagbago.
So kayo, Miss Nick, bakit po ganun?
I think first, yung important to understand yung ano ba yung root issue.
Okay.
Kung bakit, nag-hustle naman ako. Hard worker naman ako. Lalo na as millennials.
Yeah.
Diba we grew up na in order for us to earn, paghihirapan natin. I think napag-usapan natin yun na us growing up, parang we all have the same kind of childhood in a way na hindi binigay sa atin.
Right.
Kailangan natin pa rin pinaghihirapan. So, growing up, nung nagtatrabaho na tayo, we thought ganun. Okay, basta maghihirap ako, darating yung pera. And then, na-realize ko, like, in my work as a money mindset coach, and I've coached so many different kinds of clients, whether breadwinners, or nakatira with their family, like, sinusuporta pa silang family nila, or solo individual, single moms. Ang dami ko nung na-experience na types of clients. And na-realize ko, yung root issue, you need to look at yung spending habits mo. So, ano ba yung spending? Baka yun lumabas ako sa FYP.
Spending habits.
Yun ang titingnan. Kasi, ang sabi ko nga, parang, ito analogy. Kunyari, ito yung gusto ko ma-visualize sila. Kunyari, may water bottle ka. Tapos, tuwing nauubos, dadagdagan mong tubig. Pupunta ka sa dispenser. Para tayong ganon sa pera. Ay, wala na ako pera. O sige, mag-hustle ako. Kukuha ko ulit ng tubig. Pagpapakahirap ako, i-refill ko. Pero not knowing na, teka lang, may crack yung bote. May crack. May crack dahil impulsive ako gumastos. Grabe ako magbigay sa pamilya ko, sa partner ko, or mahilig lang ako mag-mindlessly shop dyan sa mga different apps, ganyan. So, not until you understand bakit ba may crack at ano yung crack sa pera mo, sayang lahat yung pinaghihirapan mong pera. Parang bottomless well.
Oo.
So what's the best thing to do?
Ready na ba kayo doon sa sagot?
Kapit. We have to face it, guys. Just si Miss Nick para gabayan tayo.
So, based from my understanding, may crack yung yung baso mo, So does that mean you have to fix yung baso syempre, and at the same time maghihigpit na ba kami?
Ayun. Sige.
Yun yung
Madami akong gustong dyan, i-touch on dyan. So, yung tama sabi mo, first, you need to acknowledge yung crack. Kasi sometimes, in denial tayo eh. Ay, hindi. Pwede naman, di pwede na. Nakainom naman ako ng tubig eh.
Iba tayong klase ng crack.
Oo, tama. May crack. Parang para naman, hindi sa utak ha. Crack sa baso ha. Ano naman sabihin sa utak? Crack sa baso na, iba-iba yung crack. Like, okay, impulsive buyer ako, overgiver ako, people pleaser ako, or meron din ibang tao na hoard lang ako ng savings, pero hindi ako nag-enjoy. So, dun yung parang sabi mo, na may ibang tao na sobra naman maghigpit. Na, teka lang, nag-work ako so hard. Tapos, di ko naman na-enjoy. Crack din yun. That could also be a crack.
Oh my gosh! That's so true. May mga ganun din na talagang, alam mo yun, kahit ang dami nilang kinikita, feeling nila, kailangan nila i-hoard yung pera. Tapos, ang bigat-bigat sa loob nilang bilhan yung sarili nila, bilhan yung mga kailangan talaga nila. Kasi parang inisip nila, kailangan ko talagang i-hoard tong pera. Tapos, I need to work more para lumaki yung hinuhoard kong pera.
So what do we do with the crack? Do we conceal it? Do we crack it even more?
Even some more, ganun.
This is the conversation I love to talk about. Kasi, ready na ba kayong maging deep?
Kumapit na, sis.
Let's go. Ito na yun.
Kapit sa pagkatabi.
This is the day. Let's go. Challenge accepted.
Para malaman ang katotohanan, ganon. So, how do you fix the crack? Kasi, first, okay, let's say, acknowledge mo na, nga, problema ko nga, impulsive buyer ako, or masyado akong mapagbigay, or spend lang ako ng spend, hindi ko pinapansin. Okay, first you acknowledge. Second is, you have to dig deep. Saan nang gagaling yon? So, when you dig deep, it's understanding where did that root from your childhood. Ito na. Ito na.
Talaga,
childhood
na
na
naman tayo sa
pinag-usapan.
childhood.
Kailangan pag-usapan ng childhood. Kailangan mong ma-reflect ang childhood.
Okay.
So, kasi, I'll give an example sa story ako kasi baka may makarelate, ganyan. And baka kayo din.
Paparehas tayo.
So, kunyari for me growing up, nakita ko sa parents ko, or at least sa dad ko, the importance to save. To the point na, in my brain, nung bata ako, kapag may gusto ako na hindi need, pinapagalitan ako. Parang, kunyari, let's say, di ko ito, core memory to, na tinatawanan na lang namin ng magulang ko, pero embedded sa utak ko na, I remember nasa groceries kami, alam mo yung papasok na yung simis, yung toot, ganyan. Tapos, nagpabili ako ng Jergens lotion nung high school. Kasi, syempre, dry yung skin. Naintindihan ng mom ko yun kasi yung mom ko naglo-lotion din. Nakita ng dad ko, para siyang, pinagalitan niya ako na parang, ano yan? Hindi mo naman kailangan yan. Syempre, siguro high school lang ako, hindi ko alam. Tapos, parang feeling ko napahiya ako. Imagine mo, nasa grocery store ka, tapos parang, pinagalitan ka ng tatay mo na gusto mo ng lotion. Parang unconsciously as a child, parang I felt shamed for wanting things outside of my needs. So, subconsciously growing up, nung nagkapera na ako, para akong nag-rebel. Sige, ito, di ko nakuha yung mga gusto ko na-deprive ako Eto na, bibili ko na to. Naging shopaholic ako.
Ganun.
Yeah. Nung early years ko. Pero hindi ko inisip na it stemmed from that. Naisip ko na, bakit? May pera naman bibili ko yung makeup, bibili ko yung skincare.
Ayaw naman na yan, bumili.
Afford ko naman. Pero, when it became a cycle, I realized na, wait, if I want this to change, I need to acknowledge and heal the inner child. The inner child who felt shamed, who felt hurt. And true enough, nung panahon kasi na yon, yung dad ko, nung company niya, parang where he was working na bankrupt. So at that time, every expense was looked at growing up. And so parang ngayon, pag adult ka na, maintindihan mo na, okay, baka next time yung Jergens lotion or baka next time na. Pero syempre, nung bata ka, hindi mo
Saktan
Hindi mo
ka lang.
naisip na
Oo, na-hurt ka lang. So, syempre ngayon, pinagkatawanan lang namin ng parents ko yon dahil nasaktan ako. Pero yun yung mga moments na hindi natin pinag-iisipan as Filipinos. Kasi yun na lang lagi, tawanan na lang yan. Or
yung story na parang, ano ba naman yan?
kasi sensitive.
Oo. Or, ano ba naman yan? Jergens lang si Papa talaga. Napaka-kuripot, yung ganun, di ba?
Oo, ganyan. So, and to the point na when I grew up naman, kunyari, I learned, at that point, I learned to save. Kunyari, natuto naman ako mag-save. Okay, sige, tigil lang muna, magastos ka. Nung natuto naman ako mag-save, it came to a point that I was so scared to use it. Because growing up, I saw what happened to my dad. When things went down, ayokong to the point na wala akong pera kapag yung company, bankrupt, saan ako pupulutin? And so, I was so scared to use my money, even if it meant it would benefit me, even though it meant na I could pursue the dreams I want. Hindi ko siya magawa kasi I was so scared to let go of money. And it's all because of the childhood belief.
Ano kaya, ikaw, may naalala ka bang childhood beliefs mo na pagdating sa pera kay mama, ano yung common na naririnig mo sa kanya? Ano yung moment na naalala mo about money with her?
Ang naalala ko lang na yung mga times na hindi natin afford. Tapos, so same lang with her na may nangyari sa kanya. Tapos, nung time na kaya na niya, sinobrahan niya.
Bili
diba?
ka ng bili.
So ako, yung sa akin naman, that time, parang mahilig si mama sa Aristocrat restaurant dati, diba?
Yun yung pinaka-upper restaurant na for us.
So kasama ko sa mall si mama at si papa. Tapos, parang ewan ko, nagutom ata si mama. Pumasok kami ng Aristocrat. Tapos tingin-tingin na kami sa menu. Tapos biglang sabi ni mama, ang mahal dito, alis na tayo. So, artista na ako that time. So parang, same tayo, teenager. Iba yung feeling mo. Hindi mo naman maiintindihan na, ano ba? Ang mafe-feel mo is nakakahiya naman to. Baka pagchismisan pa ako, hindi namin afford, umalis kami. So sabi ko, nung umalis kami that time, lumabas kami ng restaurant, sabi ko that time, never na mangyayari yun. Sabi ko, after that, kahit anong restaurant,
kakain ka.
Kakainin ko, kain kong pasukan. Kaya alam mo na.
Ako din. Ako, dun sa restaurant part, same kami dun sa part na yun. Kasi nga, sobrang, parang kumita kami. Pag kumita kami, Jollibee, McDonald's. Kapag maraming pera, Kenny Rogers, Aristocrat, ganun, diba? So, pag nakikita ko yung mga tao sa mall na kumakain sa mga restaurants talaga, parang nainggit ako. Parang, someday, kakain din ako sa ganyan. So, when I was earning na, dun naubos yung pera ko. Kain sa labas. And then, apart from that, meron pa yung mahilig kasi siyang magsabi ng, wag mong gastusin, sayang. Wag mong bilhin niyang mahal, sayang. Parang,
lahat sayang.
Hindi ako naka-experience bumili ng branded na damit. Yung branded na sa mall like Bench, yung mga ganon. Branded yun for us. Hindi ako naka-experience ng bumili ng ganon kasi sasabihin niya, ay, meron yan sa Divisoria.
Mas mura yan.
Mas mura yan sa Divisoria. So, gagawin namin, pupunta kami Divisoria, doon kami mamimili. Kaya nung nagsosolo na ako, guilty ako bumili sa mall. Kasi isipin ko, baka meron ito sa Divisoria. So, ultimo, parang underwear, tapos yung mga guilty ako bumili ng H&M, yung mga ganun. Kasi pumapasok sa isip ko yung sasabihin ni mama.
May
meron
mas
yan sa
mura.
Divisoria, may mas mura sa Divisoria. So yun yung, nagkakaroon ako ng guilt.
Yeah.
Pagdating sa ganung part.
Ang napansin ko doon, nagsasuffer tuloy yung quality na gusto mo. Kasi doon ka na lang pupunta sa mas mura kahit hindi talaga siya yung gusto mo.
Nagsisettle ka na lang.
Compared doon sa, eto talaga yung gusto mo, kaya lang mahal, kahit may budget ka naman, pero hindi mo na lang kukunin just because of that childhood experience. And you know what? Coach Nick, I realized nung sinabi mong healing ng childhood, hanapin mo kung saan nanggagaling. I just realized na baka kaya every time o-order ako, gusto kong orderin lahat.
Oo, may ganun kami.
O-orderin ko lahat kasi gusto kong matikman lahat kahit na hindi naman talaga ako gutom. Hindi ko rin alam na ganun pala, na baka dahil doon.
Which is yung nakwento mo experience sa pag next time ako ayoko na, bibilin ko na lahat.
Pero hindi rin siya yung biling ko lahat kasi afford ko. Hindi eh.
Ito yung na-realize ko, it's a very subconscious thing. Hindi mo naman isip na, kaya ako gusto bilhin lahat kasi nung panahon na yun,
Hindi ganun.
so ito yung natutunan ko, like when I was really learning about how our mind shapes our habits, is that 90% of our purchasing decisions are subconscious. Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo conscious, hindi tayo aware na kaya ko binibili to. Sabihin mo, dahil sale. Hindi conscious yon. Subconsciously, you might be thinking, because there was a time growing up na napahiya ako, so ngayon hindi na ako mapapahiya ever again, bibilin ko lahat. Pero hindi mo sinasabi yun, it's a voice in your head.
Hindi ka naman talaga nagyayabang din.
Oo, hindi rin. So, that's why yung mga subconscious beliefs natin in childhood, we bring them as an adult without even knowing. So that's why if we don't dig deep, reflect on them, they're gonna keep showing up in how we spend, how we save, how we're scared to use our money, and then without realizing, yun pala yung crack. Yung pala yung crack sa bote na in denial ako.
So ano pong gagawin?
grabe
Like kunwari,
yun. Galing,
na-realize
galing.
mo na kung saan ang gagaling. And then what's next po after that? Paano mo siya once na nalaman mo na kung saan galing, how will it help you?
Yes. So this is the work I love to do, as a coach. Kasi this is where the real work is. Hindi lang siya kasi kala natin, kailangan ko lang ng spreadsheet, kailangan ko lang ng budgeting app, kailangan ko lang magbasa ng libro,
Bilang ka lang dyan.
solve na ang pagiging magastos ko at ang lahat ng utang ko, ganyan. But the real work actually stems from yun, first, acknowledging where did that belief come from? Kunyari na share mo. And then second, how do you challenge those beliefs that you had and reframe them? And that's only possible through doing that work within yourself. And this is the work that I help my clients with. Kasi narealize nila, what? All this time, all these years, may anak na ako, 40 years old na ako, meron ako ibang clients na ganun. Ito pala yun. Ito pala yung root kung bakit ganyan ako, ganito ako. And so, it's really working on your mindset around money, healing your relationship with money, all the way from childhood. Like, honestly, yung kinukwento nga ng mga clients ko sa akin is like, 70% of what we do is healing their inner child. Kasi, from there, mas madali mo nang ma-realize na, ayun pala, kaya yung inner child ko yung gumagastos for me, hindi ako. Now.
So, it's all about mindset talaga. Mindset
Actually, parang
lang.
itong podcast na to ay healing our inner child.
Actually,
Kasi we started
parang ganun talaga yung podcast namin.
Oo, nag-start kami sa mga first episodes namin. Ang topic lang namin ay ang nanay namin.
Binash lang namin yung nanay namin paulit-ulit. It's our way to heal our inner child.
Yung masasabi ko, it's when it comes to healing din. Kasi paminsan madalas kasi throw out there lang yan sa online. Parang, I'll buy this to heal my inner child.
Yes.
The question I ask is, does it? Or does it fill a void?
Iba pa yung void sa healing.
Parang
oh my God!
parang
Mind blown!
Mas majority yung nag-feel lang ng...
Oo, nag-feel lang ng void nga.
So, paano ba mag-heal? Parang heal us. Financial pa ba to?
Mag-coaching na tayo, itigilan natin to kasi kailangan dyan.
Alam nyo, ang swerte natin dami natin tututunan kay Coach Nick.
Oo. So, after you figure it out, do you go to the basics na of how to budget, ganun?
Yes. What my clients realize, budgeting, saving, spending wisely becomes so much easier when I understand the subconscious beliefs na tumatakbo sa utak ko. Like actually, the good example you shared din kanina, yung paminsan, yung nagdidikta ng desisyon mo ay yung boses ng magulang mo sa utak mo when you were a child. So you need to start reflecting on those, questioning those, challenging those. Kasi may ganun din ako na, ito na, para nakakatawang kwento naman. Kasi kunyari, ito it's like a very, automatic na siya sa response sa katawan. Kasi growing up, kailangan naka-timer yung aircon. Pag nahuli ka, nagumising ka, may aircon pa, lagot ako nun. At sabi nakalimutan mag-set ng timer ng aircon dahil hindi pa ganun ka-advance nun. So, meron akong body response na pag umaga, kahit na nag-timer ako, pero pag malamig pa may araw, tumatayo ako.
Kasi hindi mo napatay aircon.
Kahit adult ako ngayon, kaya ko nung bayaran yung electricity ko, kahit mas matagal yung aircon. Pero that's just an example of like, teka lang, na-afford ko naman magbayad ng kuryente Pero hindi It's a automatic subconscious response because growing up, that's what I was scared of. I was scared nagigising ako may aircon.
Oo, tas mapapagalitan ka na aircon.
So, that's the same thing with our money. Na we're like, bakit ako nagigilty? Afford ko naman.
Oo.
Kasi may subconscious response katawan mo sa utak mo na hindi pwede yan. Like yung nakwento mo rin.
Oo.
So how do you fight that? I mean, is that parang okay ba yun that we feel that way? Advantage ba sa atin yun? Or it depends?
I would say the first step is once you acknowledge it, you need to start, yung napag-usapan ko is to start challenging it. To start questioning. Kasi kunyari, maybe it's nice to give an example. Mag-iisip ako.
Na parang, you challenge it na parang, okay, I'm aware na this is where it's coming from. Galing to dun sa boses ni mama na sinasabi.
Is that true?
Oo, tama ba to? Is the applicable ba to for me right now?
Yes. So, kunyari, I'll give an example for one of my clients. Growing up, ganun siya na, sabi niya, kaya siya ng spending. Kasi sabi niya na, if I get this, I'll be happy, I'll feel complete. Yun ang belief niya. So, when I helped her dig deep and find out saan nanggagaling yun, sabi niya kasi growing up, my parents would buy me pasalubong gifts pag umuwi sila to make up for their absence. So, ngayon, na-feel niya na, okay, basta may bili ko lang material things, I'll feel good.
Shocks, ginagawa ko sa anak ko yun. Diba, ang hilig magpabili ng anak ko.
Marami bang umiiyak na clients sa mga
Normal umiyak. It's part of the process. Kasi what if that time you didn't have a space for your inner child to cry? Kasi bawal umiyak.
Bawal.
Bawal mag-emotional. And kunyari for that client of mine, na-realize niya, when I helped her reframe yung mga nangyari, she realized na it's not the material things that made me happy. It's that I didn't communicate to my parents then na what I actually need is you. Your presence. Syempre nung bata ka, hindi mo naman masasabi yun Hindi mo masabi na, actually ma'am, di ko naman kailangan yan, ikaw.
Oo. I need your time right now. Hindi naman ganun.
Kasi growing, nung adult na siya, doon niya na-realize na whenever I feel sadness, whenever I feel stressed, automatic bibili ako. Because that's what happened when she grew up. So now, when she recognized that event, na-realize siya na, okay, maybe I just need to reach out to someone to share what I'm feeling, to share what I'm actually going through, to feel validated. Yun lang kailangan ko. Hindi ko kailangan bumili na sa damakbak.
Oo.
So, ang na-realize is that I can find joy in many other ways. Not just material things. So, yun yung what I mean na reframing of the beliefs.
Babaliktarin mo or iibahin mo based dun sa kung ano yung mas magiging applicable for you at right now or anong better for you.
Na that could actually benefit you now. Kung alam mo, teka lang, dito yung nagpapagasto sa akin, gusto ko na nga mag-save tapos hindi ko magawa. So, you need to learn how to reframe those beliefs. And tama nga sabi mo nga, kaya dito yung process na, madami yung mga clients na they get emotional, they cry, and then they tell me, they say, sorry, naiyak ako. Actually, there's nothing wrong with that. Kasi sometimes we just need that space to actually feel validated na I felt hurt that time. Napahiya ako that time. Or like, hindi nila ako nabigyan ng pansin that time. So, if anything, yung gusto ko ding ma-recognize sila is, kung meron yung most of the time, the crack, beyond the spending problem, it usually stems from an unmet need, an unmet desire, or an unresolved desire. Doon lang yon. May unmet need ka or unresolved desire. Yun lang yon. It always stems from the unmet need. Kunyari, nung time na yung nasa restaurant kayo, unmet need na,
hindi kami nakakain.
Besides hindi nakakain, it's like yung hindi ka na validate na gusto mo lang kumain rito Sana sinabi siguro na, oy, anak, nga masarap dito next time, pag-ipunan natin. hindi tayo afford dyan.
Biglang alis biglang umalis. Oo.
Let's say yung example na binibigyan ako ng pasulubong kasi wala sila palagi. Then sana pwede rin na next time let's spend some quality time together. For right now, I'm excited to give you this gift. Ganyan. So, or for example, unresolved desire. Kunyari ako, nung nag-earn na ako, kaya ako gastos ng gastos dahil yung totoo, hindi na ako fulfilled sa career ko. So, gagastos na lang ako para
Ma-feel mo.
may satisfaction ako.
Masaya for the
At
meantime.
least,
Ganun.
kahit paano, feeling ko may reward ako.
Oo. Pero ang root nun is, meron kang desire talaga na hindi mo na fulfill.
Ang lalim talaga.
Ang hirap naman ng life.
Alam mo, nakakatuwa kasi parang lahat hindi man lahat, ilan pa lang naman yung naging guest natin, diba? Pero yung mga naging guest natin na coach, puro related doon sa
childhood.
Oo, childhood,
Which
inner
is, that's
healing.
What our podcast is
Oo.
about naman talaga.
Your
about
belief.
dealing with our childhood.
Oo, galing.
Speaking of rewards, Coach Nick, when is it the right time to reward yourself? Paano mo malalaman kung
Oo nga, kung deserve mo na ba talaga yun?
mag-reward sa sarili mo?
Totoo. And yun din yung that's what I love to talk about also, na hindi naman porket nagsisave ka, bawal ka na mag-enjoy, bawal mo na i-treat yung sarili mo. There has to be a balance. Yung balance of, I can treat myself and I can still save. So, yung balance na yun, doon nagkakaroon ng confusion. So, baka, kasi as Filipinos, para tayong all or nothing.
Yeah.
Pag nag-save ako, made-deprive ako. Pagka gumastos ako, magigilty naman ako.
Sa diet, ganyan din.
Actually can be a balance. And yung balance na yun depends on your life stage, your priority. So, kunyari, kung mom ka, syempre iba yung treat yourself, pero at the same time, you're covering your family obligations. Iba rin yung someone na single, na for me, treating myself is traveling.
Yes.
Okay? Pero at the same time, nakapagtabi ako sa emergency fund ko. So, kailangan may balance para hindi ka nag-overspend at hindi ka rin nade-deprive.
So, is it wrong na, sige, meron kang emergency fund, pero you really want to go to that travel? Tapos hindi ka makahulog doon sa emergency fund mo kasi gagamitin mo for that travel. So, mafe-feeling guilty ka.
Doon mo kailangan malaman ano ba yung priorities ko. So, kunyari, if hindi mo afford yung travel na yun, ibig sabihin, hindi ka nakapag-plan ahead ng ipon. So, kunyari, if you really want na may travel fund ka, tsaka may emergency fund ka, every month, meron kang tinatabi for both.
Ipaplan mo na siya, na-plan na dapat.
Oo. Para in the end, hindi mo gagastos yung emergency fund mo para mag-travel kasi nga, for emergency.
So, it lessens yung, pagiging impulsive, na parang, kailangan ko na mag-travel ngayon, ganyan. Pero hindi mo afford. Tapos, may emergency fund ako, gamitin ko na lang kaya. Parang ganun.
Oo. Yun yung nakaka-guilty kasi alam mo, hindi naman talaga for travel yun. Yeah.
So, dapat pinaplano talaga.
Paano ba kasi mag-save?
Naku, kailangan natin mga 3 hours.
In 3 steps. Paano mag-save?
So first, again, acknowledge mo muna kung meron ka bang spending issue. Kasi kahit na pilitin mo, magsisave ako 5,000 a month, alam mong 5,000 a month na pupunta sa impulsive purchases mo, di ganun din. So, once you solve that spending issue, then it's gonna be easier to how much yung pwede mo i-commit na i-save every month consistently. Hindi yung kung may matira tatabi ko. Yun yung danger. Yung parang nagiging by the way na lang siya. So, there's that. And then there's also, what are you saving up for? Kasi most of the time, tatabi lang ako. Kasi sabi nila, kailangan magtabi.
Kailangan may savings ka.
You need a reason.
Yeah. Kung wala kang clear purpose, madali mo rin kakalimutan. So, for example, for me, diba, sabi ko nga, shopaholic ako dati, magastos ako. So, I remember nung first, I had to fulfill, ano ba yung unresolved desire? Which is that, gusto ko talaga, I really wanted to quit my job and pursue my own business. Yun yung gusto ko mangyari. Okay, in order for me to do that, kailangan I will be able to save enough funds to quit my job and start my business. So, na naging clear ako doon, all of a sudden, yung to mga impulsive purchase sa sale na to, parang walang kwenta compared to the life I actually want for myself.
Ooh, okay.
And so, you start thinking about, I don't want to settle for anything less. Ito yung gusto kong pangarap Yun yung pag-iipunan ko. Kasi pag hindi ka na-excite dun sa pinag-iipunan mo, edi, wag na, budol na lang, or travel na lang, ganyan. So that's the most important thing in terms of how to, knowing, to be consistent with saving is you need to know what you truly want out of life.
Paano yung pagdating sa emergency fund? Ayun yung tinatanong ko kasi doon ako nagsa-struggle. Parang, I'm putting money in my emergency fund. Pero kapag nangangailangan nga ako,
Doon din kinukuha.
wala pa namang emergency.
Kunyari emergency.
Emergency, kailangan
Wala pa namang emergency Mukha namang matagal pa yan.
Baliw.
So, kukupit mula ako ng konti doon. Paano yun? Hindi naman siya goal-based.
Yeah.
So, diba? Parang hindi ko na-feel yung threat to save the emergency fund. But I know I need to have it. Parang may ganun.
So yung, at least ako personally, what I teach is that you can't save for something that's fear-driven. So kunyari, nakakatakot kasi pag nawalan ako ng pera, pag na-hospital ako, kailangan may emergency fund ako. Syempre, may excite ka ba mag-save kung alam mo baka ma-hospital ka? Di ba hindi? Parang matatakot. Di ba? Parang, sige, ito yung in case mamuta ako sa hospital, may mangyari sa akin masama. So, how I coach my clients is, in terms of looking at your emergency fund, I reframe it as a safety fund. So, ask yourself the question of, what will allow me to feel safe as I pursue a huge milestone? So, for example, I want to quit my job and feel safe doing it. Okay, that's why I want to save for my emergency fund so I can quit my job knowing that I can take care of myself. Or, I want to move out. Okay, so I want to make sure I have an emergency fund to feel safe in moving out. Or, kung may anak ka,
Hindi yun. Ibang mindset. Ibang reframing of what it is.
yes. So that, in your brain, okay, meron kang milestone na ilulook forward versus sinisivaw ko, baka mapunta ako sa ER. Hindi naman nakaka-excite yan, diba? So, yun yung magandang pag-isipan. Ano yung exciting thing that I want to feel safe doing that my emergency fund will allow me to do?
What if you still don't know what you want?
Yun ang totoong problem. So, that's why I talk about na it's not so much as, if may tao dyan na nahihirapan mag-save, it's not a discipline problem. Most of the time, it's a clarity problem. Kasi hindi mo alam yung gusto mo sa buhay. Pag di mo alam yung gusto mo sa buhay, ba't ako magsasave for the future? Di ko nga alam kung ano gusto ko sa future ko. Wala nga akong direction sa buhay, tapos pag-savean mo ko para sa future ko, hindi ko nga alam kung saan ako bukas Diba? So, that's why, at least for me, holistically, if you want to build a habit of saving, you need to start first about what is it that I truly want out of life and how do I build my finances around that. So that it's more exciting, hindi restricting. Yung parang, for example, na magtatabi ako kasi sabi nila ganyan. Versus, your finances should revolve around the things that you truly are excited about, that you desire, that you dream about. So kayo, for example, ano ba yung mga pangarap na dinidelay nyo na pwedeng mangyari kung ma-prioritize yung saving?
Yun ang hindi ko alam. Bigla si Wally rin alam no?
Ano yung dinedelay?
Siguro, more on...
Ano yung mga pangarap na nadedelay nyo?
Ako
Kasi-
siguro assets. Yung hindi ko nabibuild yung assets ko as much as I want to.
Like,
Siguro, kasi I want to have my own future farm for myself.
Okay.
So, hindi ko siya napaprioritize.
sige, let's talk about that. So, what about yung future farm? Yung anong nakaka-excite doon para sa'yo?
Gusto niyang
Mahilig ako sa
Sasaka, ganun.
mga animals. Hindi, charot lang. Hindi, I was thinking na kung pag tumanda na ako, like retirement age.
Asyendera pa.
Gusto ko maging asyendera.
Ay, wait, eto. Cha-challenge kita. Bakit kailangan mangyayari lang pag tumanda ka?
Kasi hindi ko na, pag sa probinsya naman ako siguro, hindi ko naman ma-enjoy yung mga work. Like, I cannot work there naman fully. Unlike kapag matanda na ako, I'm one with the nature, yung mga ganun na lang.
Ayaw mo pa doon kasi
Ayoko pa
you're too
doon.
young for that pa.
Oo.
Okay.
So, pero inisip ko, towards
Retirement siya.
retirement side, mag-garden na lang ako doon. Yung parang yun yung gagawin ko instead ng, kasi ngayon nag-work pa ako eh. Yun.
What if, so ito yung example na, kung gumising ka bukas, lahat ng gusto mo, pwedeng mangyari.
Na-process ako kagad eh. No?
Kasi gusto ko yung future form. Ang exciting nun. So, kunyari bukas, sabi na Lord, ibibigay ko sa'yo lahat. Lahat. Basta maging clear ka lang. Sabi mo na sa akin exactly kung anong gusto mo. Pag gumising ka bukas, ano yun?
Hindi yung farm.
Ano yun?
Billions.
Kailangan clear. Kailangan ko pag pinicturan mo siya, klaro, bibigyan mo na kay Lord. Lord, ito yung gusto ko.
Bilyones na lang.
Pera, ganun. 1 billion, ganun.
Hindi pera related. It's more of like, ano yung visual? Ano yung picture na nakikita mo pag bukas? Pag sabi ni Lord, ayoko amount gusto ko sabihin mo sa akin exactly anong itsura bukas ng gusto mo.
Pag binigay sa akin ni Lord.
Ano yung nasa paligid mo?
Siguro, I'll go for only travel.
Only travel.
Only travel. Oo, yun.
So travel whenever.
Oo.
Whenever you want. Okay. That's a good start. Na parang, okay, what would allow you to start traveling as much as you can? Ano yung first step na kailangan mo gawin to be financially prepared for that? What do you think? Ikaw?
Yun, save for it. Prepare for it. Siguro, yun, save for it.
So for example, it could be that your emergency fund could give you the safety to travel, to enjoy your travels. Kasi pag may emergency fund ka, hindi ka mag-isip na, ay, pag na-travel ako, what if may mangyari sa akin dito? Kailangan ko ba i-swipe yung credit card ko? Hindi. At least I have a safety fund to make me feel I'm safe whenever I travel. So pwedeng ganun. It's very concrete to you versus kailangan ko lang mag-save.
So, may purpose yung saving. For some reason talaga, nakatatak sa utak ko, yung pag sinabi mong saving, basta nandun lang siya sa bangko, never mo siya gagalawin.
Lahat naman tayo ganun, especially tayong mga millennials.
Wala siyang purpose.
Oo.
Diba? Wala siyang purpose.
Naghihintay lang sa'yo.
Tapos pag tinanong ka, may savings ako. Kasi, ewan ko, siguro dahil sa commercial nung BDO nung bata tayo, diba? Yung
Pwede,
Happy Savers,
sa mga
BPI ba yun?
marketing
May
advertisements.
savings ako. Bata pa lang, may savings na ako. May ganung commercial. Pero walang sinabing reasons eh. Para saan yung savings?
Pag hindi mo lang para saan, dali ko lang gastusin.
Oo.
Diba? So, and ito nga, magbigay ako ng story. May client ako na, yun din yung akala niya. Kailan ko lang magtabi. To the point na may 1 million savings na siya, anxious pa rin siya. May 1 million na siya sa bank account niya, pero sabi niya, ayokong galawin. Kasi 'di ba dapat ipunin mo lang. Pero 'di ba?
Ano ba gagawin?
Pero 'di ba ang goal pa minsan sabi na, gusto ko 1 million savings. Pero the reality is, if you don't know what it's for, it's just gonna make you more anxious.
Oh, ganun pala.
Parang mapapahire na.
Oo, parang mapapa-enroll kami sa
Makukuha natin
coaching.
services ni Coach. Okay.
Meron akong okay. So, meron yung sa content mo about hustle. Na for me to be able to earn more money, I need to have a lot of hustles. Meron bang misconception about it?
Yeah, yung hot take ko palagi is that you can be financially free kahit na isa lang income stream mo. Kahit isa lang income stream mo, pwede kang maging masaya, kontento, free, financially in control. Versus, madami ka ngang side hustles or income streams, pero napupunta lang naman sa mindless purchases. Bigay ka ng bigay, wala kang savings, para saan? So I think the most important thing, instead of thinking about how can I earn more or how can I have more side hustles, you need to start thinking about ano ba yung version ko ng financial freedom? How does that look like? So kunyari ikaw, gusto ko I have the ability to travel the world. Or gusto ko ready ako to make a down payment to buy future farm. Di ba mas specific yun? Kasi at the end of the day, we don't want the money eh. We want what it gives us. And we forget, ano nga ba yung gusto ko na mabibigay ng pera?
Parang nakafocus pala tayo sa pera talaga, hindi yung sa what it can give us.
Versus the outcome. And that's when we get into the trap of hustling, pero hindi tayo masaya. Hindi tayo kontento, hindi tayo satisfied.
Kasi walang parang you keep hustling kasi nang walang pinapatunguan. Parang ganun yung dating.
Parang ang analogy ko dyan is like, kunyari, sumakay ka ng kotse. O tara, mag-sign tayo ng gas. Mag-drive lang tayo. Bahala na ako saan pumunta. And then before you know it, ubos na yung gas mo. Saan na tayo napunta? Bulacan? Baguio? Versus, sakay tayo ng kotse, o tara, Baguio tayo. Eh di syempre, pagdating mo sa Baguio, hindi pa ubos gas mo. May pangkain ka.
Tsaka alam mo kung saan ka pupunta at alam mo kung bakit gusto mong pumunta doon.
Yes. At excited ka papunta kahit na 5 hours. Diba? Kahit na 5 hours ka sa Baguio, excited kayo, kain kayo. Kasi alam mo na, going to Baguio, may paruroonan kayo. Or kahit sa aeroplano ka, kahit ang tagal-tagal mo, di ba excited ka, uy, Japan, tagal ako. 4 hours ka sa aeroplano. Pero you know that there's a purpose to the process.
Yeah, makakarating din ako
Ang hirap
doon.
pala talaga.
Ganun, yun yung difference.
Pag wala tayong assistance, or pag wala, katulad ng ginagawa ni Coach Nick, parang ang hirap na ma-realize yung mag-isa, diba?
Oo, hindi ko marirealize yung sarili ko. For sure.
Saya.
Parang, kaya parang dumadating na, siguro that's the reason why some people doesn't have enough savings, doesn't have enough emergency fund, kasi walang goal in mind. And yung, yung main purpose ng savings, hindi klaro. Ba yun, bago kita ma-meet, ang isip ko savings, basta may savings. Diba? Basta, wala lang, basta may savings.
Parang nagiging vanity metric na lang siya. Oh, may savings ako. Pero masaya ka ba? Fulfilled ka ba? May quality of life ka ba? Na napupursue mo ba yung mga pangarap mo? Kasi ganun din ako dati. Nung natuto ako mag-save. Oh, may savings ako. Miserable naman ako. Para saan? So we forget, ano ba yung at the end of the day, ano bang importante sa'yo? What do you value? And our savings, our money should just be a tool, not the end goal.
I love it. Okay, since we're already having a hard time, let's play a game, Coach Nick. Okay? So ang game na to ay reward, save, or invest. Let's start. Okay, number 1.
Salary.
Reward, save, or invest.
Tama ba? Reward, save, or invest? Spend.
Salary. Reward. Save. Salary. Save.
Anong gagamitin mo pang gastos?
Sideline. Sideline.
Pwede ba sabihin all?
Depende sa sitwasyon.
Oo. Iba-iba. So, I would say, kung nasa point ka pa na you're still building the habit of saving and your emergency fund, reward and save.
Okay.
Para naman, nag-save ako sa emergency fund ko, so di ko man lang na-enjoy. So, pwede both. Pero kung na-complete mo na yung emergency fund mo, then pwede ka ng reward and invest. So, yun yung, kumbaga, in terms of foundational skills, pag nakagraduate ka na sa emergency fund, pwede ka nang mag-invest.
Okay, so, pwedeng all, kasi it depends. Okay, next is bonus.
Bonus. Ako save.
Bonus
Extra.
is reward. Bonus Reward
Oo,
na.
pwedeng reward yun. Depende sa tao.
How about you, Coach?
Gusto ko both. Reward and save.
Reward and save.
Kasi, tatanda ako may isa akong client, sabi niya, alam mo, na-deprive ako nung tinabi ko yung bonus ko, hindi ko malang naramdaman. And the thing is, pag na-deprive ka, at some point, magre-relapse ka.
May revenge
Kailangan
spending.
maramdaman.
Yun.
So, kailangan, ayun nga, pag-usapan natin, balance. Balance. Hindi naman lahat, gastusin mo, yung bonus mo, sarap, gastos, travel dito, bilhin ito dito. Pwede kang mag-travel at pwede ka rin magtabi sa emergency fund mo.
Etong isa, sale item.
Anong, do you
Reward,
buy it?
isi-save na lang,
Oo.
or
Invest mo na lang yung pera
invest
mo.
mo na
ganun.
lang.
Ako, kung sale, yung isang item na gustong-gusto ko,
Same. Reward na.
reward na yun.
Oo. Kung matagal ko siyang hinintay, tapos sale, reward na. Pero kung napadaan lang ako, pag-iisipan ko pa yun.
Ay, sale. Pag-iisipan ko pa rin.
Save na lang pag ganun.
Same.
Tama? Yay!
Magaling na tayo. Magaling tayo.
Extra cash. Extra.
Extra na yan.
Extra na.
Reward
Cash pa.
ba yan?
Kung may extra ako, invest ko.
Hindi ba siya parang related din dun sa bonus? Na 'di ba parang
Ang
a
bonus
bonus
kasi,
is an extra cash.
Maliit lang yan.
Why?
Hindi ko alam.
Talaga ba?
Ang feeling ko kasi pag extra cash, as in something na you can get rid of. Or yung pwede mong gastusin ng hindi masakit. Yun yung extra for me.
Hindi
So,
masakit.
invest na lang.
Oo. So, kung hindi masakit, reward.
Hindi, invest ko na lang para kung bumalik man sa akin or hindi,
I would say it depends on ano ba yung milestone na nilook forward mo. So kung may extra cash ka, kunyari, kasi ang like ko sinasabi is at least meron kang 3 goals in the year. 3 goals na you wanna fund. So kunyari, may extra cash ako, edi mapapabilis yung goal ko na travel sa Europe. Or kunyari, may extra cash ka tapos ka na sa emergency fund mo, finally, yung extra cash na yun, baka pag-down payment na ako doon sa property na gusto ko, na goal ko naman. So, I would say extra cash, yun yung magpapabilis sa milestone na nasa utak mo na naman.
Ang galing.
Next, utang.
Oo. Utang.
Pang-reward mo yung utang. Ang kapal ng mukha.
May utang ka.
Di syempre, bayad.
Bayad na yun. Babayaran
syempre,
na lang.
bayad.
Ang tanong, may pambayad ka. Yun yung common problem sa utang May pambayad.
Wala
Pero
na
hindi
doon
naman
yung reward, save, invest.
ibang usapan pa
Kapal
yun,
naman
di
ang
ba?
mukha mo,
Pagdating
di ba?
sa debt. Kasi may iba, like, may narinig akong podcast last time. Tapos yung caller niya, ang daming utang talaga. So sabi ko, paano nangyari na ganyan kalaki yung utang niya? Samantalang, for some reason, na bigay sa akin ng nanay ko, na childhood core memory na naman, na kapag, if you know you cannot afford yung utang, huwag mo nang kunin. Pero if you know na kaya mong bayaran yung utang na yun, then go for it. Yun. Parang yung napakinggan kong podcast, yung caller niya, tuloy-tuloy lang sa utang. So, common ba yun?
Ako depende ko anong klaseng utang. Utang ba yan dahil may home loan ka, may bayaran kang property? Utang sa credit card na nag-file ng interest? Utang dahil may binabayaran kang installment sa laptop na ginagamit mo sa business?
Depende sa nung utang.
Depende kasi there's good debt and bad debt. So yung utang na yun could be an investment.
Yeah.
Pero yung utang na yun could also stem from the spending problems. So, I think important muna kung which one doon.
Oo. Wala ko talaga
Okay.
magpa-coach dito, no?
Last one. Unexpected money. Gusto ko
yung nakakuha ka lang ng pera, gano'n. Oo, dumating lang.
Unexpected. Save ako.
Spend ako nung reward. Kasi wala sa plano
sige,
ko
reward na lang pala. Reward.
Reward
Parang ngayon
wala
lang
sa
ako
plano.
nag-reward.
Pag-usapan natin yan.
May issues na sa reward.
Okay, reward. Unexpected money.
Pwede both. Pwede mag-reward and pwede rin to share. Treat your family, treat mo yung partner mo.
Reward others. Ganon. Taray. Oh my gosh, thank you, Miss Nick. Ang saya naman ng game.
Oo, natuwa ako.
Tsaka
Ang
ng
dami ko
episode.
natutunan.
Sayang.
Wala ka ba mga mini coaching sessions?
Sayang ang konti ng oras natin. Sana mas mahaba pa. Pero ang swerte natin, guys, we had the free coaching for this episode. So, mag-comment naman kayo para mas
O kung ano yung tanong nyo kay Coach Nick about
Yeah.
money para at least pa-forward natin sa
or
kanya.
share na rin para mas kumalat pa yung episode na to. Kasi sayang naman marami tayong natutunan.
Yes.
Coach Nick, thank you. And before we wrap up, where can we see you and contact
what
you?
services do you offer?
Yes.
Ganyan, may mga classes ka ba na pwede namin attenan?
Yes. So, napag-usapan nga natin na sometimes mahirap ma-understand ano ba yung root issue ng crack natin sa pera natin. So, that's why I love to coach my clients, maybe one-on-one or in a group online setting. So, I have my coaching program called Fund Your Freedom. This is where I help my clients break the habit of impulsive buying, overgiving, and overspending in 60 days. Yung 6 years na pinaghirapan ko na trial and error, I condensed it into 60 days for my clients so that they stop wasting their hard-earned money and instead build consistent monthly savings for funding the life they actually want. So, they can visit me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Coaching with Nick, or they can check my website at coachingwithnick.com.
Love it! I'm excited. Parang mapapa-enroll tayo.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you like it, please don't forget to give us 5 stars and follow our social media.
And
Thank you.
of course, kung may kwento rin po kayo na related dito, i-drop nyo na rin po sa comments yan.
Again, thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Thank you! Thank you po. Bye!